The message arrived at 2:14 a.m. A single line from her. "We need to talk when I get back. Don't make this harder." No explanation, no apology, no warmth. Just the kind of sentence that drips with guilt. I stared at it from the floor of my new apartment. Bare walls, unopened boxes, a mattress still leaning against the doorway. 3 days ago, I had walked out of our old place because she told me to. More accurately, because she screamed it while standing beside her mother at Thanksgiving, her face flushed more from shame than anger. "Don't talk back to my mother, or just get out right now." So I got out. The funny part? She probably thought it was temporary. A dramatic flare followed by a meek return. She didn't expect silence, or obedience, or distance. But her message tonight, something in it felt off. Not regret, fear. I reread it, letting the glow of the screen cut the darkness around me. The tone wasn't about our fight. It was about something else, something bigger. My stomach tightened the way it does before a storm rolls in. Slow, mechanical dread. I didn't know it then, but this was the moment my life split in two. The world before the truth, and the world after everything I thought I knew about her rotted through. I locked my phone, set it face down on the floor, and waited for the morning that would unmake everything. It started weeks before Thanksgiving, though I didn't understand the shape of it yet. A new perfume, a new password on her phone, a shift in how she said my name, too soft, too careful, like guilt had sharpened the edges. She would come home late and toss out explanations that didn't match her eyes. Her eyes always told the truth first. They couldn't hide the flinch when I asked simple questions. Where were you? Who were you with? Why didn't you answer your phone? Little things, minor things. But betrayal rarely announces itself with fireworks. It arrives quietly, disguised as coincidence. And then her mother called me a failure. Loud enough for the table to fall silent. Loud enough for her to hear. Loud enough for her to defend me, if she wanted to. But she didn't. She turned on me, rage already loaded in her voice. That night in the car, driving home, she stared out the window like the world outside was easier to face than me. Something inside me tilted. A thought I didn't want. A thought I couldn't unthink. She isn't angry at me. She's angry at being caught between me and the truth she's hiding. I didn't confront her. I just started watching, listening, collecting the small fractures she thought were invisible. I worked silently, methodically, like someone performing an autopsy on his own marriage. I checked phone records, not hers, mine. The pattern wasn't in her calls, but in the sudden absence of mine. She stopped reaching out during the hours her late meetings conveniently stretched across. I found an old iPad she'd forgotten about, logged in with the password she thought I didn't remember. The message previews weren't incriminating on their own, half sentences, emojis, timestamps. But the tone, the familiarity. I didn't react, not out loud. I ordered a DNA test. Not because of a child, we didn't have one, but because of something she had said last month. If anything ever happened to me, at least you'll know you're the only person I trust with everything. Trust. Everything. Her words felt rehearsed now, too polished. I mailed the test kit, not to check biology, but to track where it went, to see if she accessed the shipping info from our shared email. She did, twice. Once at 11 p.m., another time at 3 a.m. Why check something that wasn't hers? Why panic over a test that wasn't for her? A person without secrets sleeps at night. She hadn't been sleeping at all. I followed her once, stayed far enough back to avoid suspicion. She met someone, in a car, a man. I couldn't see his face, only his hand brushing hers through the open window. My chest tightened. Not rage, not heartbreak, just confirmation that the truth was stepping out of the shadows, inch by inch. I recorded nothing, took no pictures. The best evidence is the kind you hand to someone without saying a word. I waited, watched, let her grow comfortable in her lies, until the night the truth finally arrived, delivered in a plain envelope. The folder landed in my new mailbox with a soft, inconspicuous thud. Inside, phone logs, private message extracts, location records tied to her secondary email she didn't know I knew about. Not guesses, not suspicions, proof. The man she met wasn't random. He'd been in her life for months. Before the fight, before her mother's insult, before she told me to get out. I read every line with a steady pulse, a slow, quiet disintegration. When she finally showed up at my new apartment 3 days after Thanksgiving, she burst through the door like she expected tears or anger. Instead, I handed her the folder. "Read," I said. One word. Cold. Precise. Her face drained as her eyes scanned the pages. She stumbled onto the couch, flipping through the records like she could rearrange the truth by turning pages faster. I can explain," she whispered. I nodded once. Not agreement, permission to bury herself deeper. Her voice broke before I did. That was the moment she realized silence can be far more violent than shouting. I didn't accuse her. I didn't demand answers. I just asked one question. "Did you mean it?" She looked up, confused. "Mean what?" "When you told me to get out." Her lips parted. No sound came out. I continued, slowly, deliberately, like carting the truth open with a scalpel. "You told me to leave in front of your mother, so I did, completely, literally. I moved out within hours. And you didn't call, not once. Because him," I nodded at the folder, "made my absence convenient." She broke. The realization hit her harder than the evidence. I stood, walked past her, opened the door. "This wasn't revenge," I said quietly. "This was clarity." She reached for me. I stepped back. "You lost me the moment you chose an audience over the truth." Her face collapsed. Panic, desperation, regret, all fighting for space. My silence crushed all of them. She kept talking, pleading, explaining. None of it mattered. I had already left her once. This time, I was leaving differently, internally, cleanly. I looked at her one last time, not to remember her, but to confirm I felt nothing. No anger, no grief, no longing. Just the cold freedom of finally understanding the truth without needing to fight it. "You didn't destroy us," I said. "You exposed us." Her knees buckled. I walked out the door. The final click of the latch behind me felt like the first honest sound our marriage had ever made. And just like that, I was gone.